Wow, my mind is blown, guys. So we're living in 2020, we can land on the moon, we can clone camels, we're more advanced as a society than ever before, but at the same time, I still see people building directory links to their websites and expecting it to boost their Google rankings. Now, if that sounds like you, I'm sorry, but I will help you get out of the stone age of link building. And in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly why you shouldn't build links from directories, why they're a massive risk for your website, and what you should do instead in terms of link building to your website. By the way, if you haven't already, please subscribe and smash a like on this video if it helps you. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is that this goes against Google's Webmaster Guidelines. So in their link schemes document that they've laid out for website owners, they specifically say if you build links from low quality directories, then that could receive a penalty from Google, which means that if you're building directory links, you're taking a massive risk. You could take an algorithmic hit, you could receive a manual penalty. Basically, you're gambling on the future of your website by building low quality directory links. And that's definitely not something I recommend to you or any of my clients in general. Instead, there are much better ways to get backlinks to your website, and I'll come on to that later. At the same time, just realize that not only is directory links not going to move the needle for your website, they could actually harm your website and damage your backlink profile. So this is something you definitely want to avoid, because in fact, when you build backlinks from directories, you're doing the opposite. You're not going to boost your rankings, you could actually deflate them and cause a harsh algorithm penalty simply because you're breaking Google's Webmaster Guidelines. Not just that, but if you get links from directories, then just imagine all the other sort of dodgy and spammy websites that are getting links from directories too, because this is such an outdated link building method that the only types of websites that actually use this these days are usually very spammy, low quality websites that are building a very poor backlink profile. So if you get a link from directories, sure, you might get a link, but also you're in the same category as all these websites that are posting about Viagra, casinos, adult websites. All these sort of websites are going to be associated to your website simply because you're getting links from the same business directories online. So you have to think, right, not only is this breaking Google's Webmaster Guidelines, not only could it actually harm your website, but also your backlink profile is going to look guilty by association simply because you're getting links from the same directories that other low quality websites are getting links from too. Now, another big problem with business directories online is the fact that if you get links from them, usually they're nofollow. Okay, so there's a rel equals nofollow tag in the code of your backlink. And what this essentially means is that no link juice is passed from that website to yours. So essentially, if you're building links for SEO, then you definitely do not want nofollow links. They're not going to benefit your website, they're not going to boost your rankings, they're not going to pass any authority or link juice to your website, and you're simply wasting your time. Also, if you don't realize this already, no one really uses business directories anymore. They're kind of out of fashion. Now, sure, in 1990, 1995, 2005, sure, people were using business directories online. They were a great way to find other businesses around, whatever you were looking for. But these days, most people use social media, they use Google Maps. So if you're expecting any sort of referral traffic from a business directory, chances are you're going to be disappointed. And, over the next few years, if you think about the future, over the next sort of 5-10 years, business directories are going to be kind of dead. No one's really going to use them. Sure, websites like Yelp are pretty popular, but aside from that, they're the outliers. Aside from Yelp and those sort of websites, you're kind of wasting your time expecting referral traffic from these sort of directories. Over time, the traffic for these sort of sites is just going to go downwards. Additionally, right, if you're getting links from directories, chances are you're probably going to be paying for the link, okay? Because it's kind of like an advertisement, and the website is harnessing its audience so that you can get more exposure to your brand. So chances are most of the time you're going to be paying for that opportunity. Now, if you do that, you've really got to make sure that the page you're getting a link from actually gets a decent amount of organic traffic, because if it doesn't, chances are only 1 or 2% of the people that visit that page are actually going to click through to your website. So if you pay for a spot on that page and you haven't even checked the organic traffic, then chances are you're not going to get any referrals, which means that you're kind of wasting your time. Now, I know that sounds kind of brutal, but it's much better to be realistic about your expectations when it comes to directory links. So as you can see, for SEO, it's kind of pointless. Okay, and also for referral traffic, it's also kind of pointless. So either way, you're wasting your time building links from directories, and there are much better ways to do it. So you're probably thinking right now, Julian, you've slagged off business directories, but what's the solution? Well, for me, what I would say, and this is something I recommend to all my link building clients, is the fact that you should focus on natural editorial links. In fact, if there's no editorial process in adding the link, i.e. the webmaster has to go in and add it themselves manually, then that link probably isn't worth very much, because if you're getting links from directories, usually they're automated, or you do it through a website form and it's kind of like a automatic process. If you do that, there's no editorial process in place to check the quality of the link. And that means that any website on the internet, you know, whether they're low quality, whether they're spammy, whether they're in some sort of dodgy industry, can get a link from that directory. And that's something you want to avoid. So instead, what I recommend is using something like Harrow, like the skyscraper technique. And these are both powerful ways to get high quality links to your website that involve an editorial process. And when you do this, the types of links that you're going to get are going to be much more authoritative, they're going to be more relevant, they're going to be more high quality, and that's going to benefit your website so much more in the long run in terms of getting more traffic and higher rankings for your website. Now, if you want some tips on exactly how to do that, make sure you check out my link building outreach playlist on YouTube, and that will give you some tutorials on exactly how to build powerful links that actually boost your website's authority. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. If I find out you're building directory links still, you're gonna have to unsubscribe, I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. But if you did find this video useful, please smash a like on it. And if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be really happy to help you. Or if you have any video ideas or topics you'd like me to cover in the future, please let me know, and I'll seriously consider building a video around that. Thanks for watching.